Thursday, September 3rd, and welcome back to the Damon Brew Show, brought to you by Ike's. And as far as I'm concerned, I need to tell you, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, because to me, the sports fiscal year always begins when you come back from Labor Day. Football's right around the corner. Basketball's not too far away. We just got our first look at college football. These are good times, and we begin today's show with extremely good news for the 49ers. The Trent Williams deal is done. And as I said, last week, last month, last show, if you want to be taken seriously, Trent Williams has got to be on the field just right away, week one against the New York Jets. That's something a serious team would do. Well, the 49ers are back to being a serious football team, and I do hope that this, they took it all the way to the finish line, basically. I hope that there's enough ramp-up time for him to be out there on Monday Night Football against the Jets. But, how about the 49ers just delivering the most painful preseason, offseason that I can remember this team having, in terms of the headache around the daily conversation that was Brandon Ayuk until that deal got done. Then Trent Williams joined the foray, and it was just ugly. We saw just this past weekend, he's angry. He's not happy with the way he's been. Everyone's gone, oh no, here we frickin' go. Well, now here we frickin' go. Now here we go. Now it's time to play some football. Hashtag full squad. Let's go. Christian McCaffrey, very good news on him. We'll get to that in a second. But again, look, I've been telling you that the numbers are going to fit. Like, what good did the 49ers do for their team waiting to agree all this time to numbers that we figured, we'd probably be seeing? Now, we don't know any details here. At least I have not seen them as far as the Trent Williams deal goes. But do all the numbers fit like they always seem to fit? And now, because of the numbers fitting and everyone happy, this offensive line fits together. Jalen Moore, starting left tackle. Jalen Moore, backup tackle. Good. That's a good player in that position. He is miscast as your starting left tackle. And we all know that Trent Williams is the star of the starting left tackle show opening on Broadway. So this is a guy that you absolutely had to have. Get that Aaron Banks pinky officially duct taped to his ring finger, and let's go play some football. Let's go play some football. I saw that the 49ers are going to, assess Trent Williams more than $4 million in fines, which they said they won't pay for, but that number can obviously be built into whatever they're giving him. The numbers always fit, no matter how, no matter what. I saw Field Yates say that they created $5.4 million in cap space by restructuring the contract of defensive lineman Malik Collins, and now Spotrac is saying that San Francisco carries a league-high $50.5 million of space into week one. Remember, the cap is equal parts very real and incredibly manipulatable, therefore sort of imaginary. How can the 49ers be fielding the most Pro Bowls, the most talent, the most top 25 players, the most top 100 players, and be $50 million under the cap? I don't know. I don't even care. I really don't. I don't care. Anyone who is interested in that element of football, I don't think I speak the exact same language as that person. Like, to me, that is some Dorcas Malorcas stuff that, let them figure it out. I'm here for the football. That's it. That's really all I care about. Look, they took this thing as long as humanly possible. And the anger was real, and the doubt was real, and the questions were real, and the what are you guys doing feeling that permeated this offseason, this preseason. All of that was real. But also, like the cap, it's all imaginary and it's kind of bullshit, because like training camp interceptions, like a fumble in a preseason game, none of that matters. All that matters is what's happening in week one. That's it. When the light goes green in like about 48 hours, by the way, for the league, all that matters is your week one results. Everything else is all the stuff that went into week one, and it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter. Now, hopefully there's no hangover or slow start, and we can keep bringing up the painful offseason over and over again. I got to put it behind us. After the least fun preseason imaginable, I think the 49ers owe their fans a little bit of fun this regular season. And no one's going to have any fun in the regular season anyways, because it's all about postseason for the 49ers. So let's just see them play some good football as we get going. Let me remind all of you, it's great to see you once again. I see more people back in the room than we've had to start a week since kind of last football season, and that means welcome back. It's great to see you. I hope you plan on liking and subscribing to the channel. It grows, baby. It officially grows. Like and subscribe, Raphael 5629ers, suggesting everyone do that. Rick Allen, I think he came up with a new little slogan. Smash that like and eat at Ike's. Indeed, smash that like and eat at Ike's. Look, I've been the guy who's been very negative. And I'm not trying to be too positive or negative about anything. I like to ride, sort of that, let's take our emotions out of it and see what we really got in front of us. And to me, the 49ers dicking around with Brandon Ayuk and Trent Williams, they were losing credibility. And as deep and as good and as talented and all that stuff that I tell you they are all the time, if either of those guys were, for whatever reason, unavailable, I told you, like in the last couple of weeks, I was ready to start banging unders. I really was. Well, let me show you that I am no longer willing to, bang unders and doubt this team. Let's put our money where our mouth is. Nothing says, do you really mean it? Quite like, I don't know. Let's hop on to BetUS. Here we go. It's real simple. Check this out. Jets, 49ers, Monday Night Football. 49ers minus 4.5. Boom. I like that. I'm going to put $110 on that to win 100. Place my bet, money where my mouth is, and there you go. There's your betting slip. There's your betting ticket. 49ers better be beating the Jets on Monday Night Football. Make daddy happy. Get this season off to a good start. You want to get your betting season off to a good start? Check out BetUS. 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000, by the way, for the BetUS link that I want you to use. It is pinned to the chat. It is in the description of this video. And happy sailing to all you dropping some wagers. BetUS, baby. BetUS. Putting some money where my mouth is. Boom. Get it done. Get it done. I think tomorrow we might start banging some season total. Here's the thing. I think I'm going to take the Niners season total, hit the over on that, and parlay it with a Super Bowl bet. Why not? I mean, let's go. Let's go. What would be best for this channel? A Niners Super Bowl appearance. Let's go. Like and subscribe. That would be great for the channel too as well. Hit notify and be there every single time we go live. We're going live at the 2-minute warning of every single 49er game this season. So I hope you plan on sticking around. Like and subscribe. Memberships are certainly available. Always appreciate the super chats. And that's how you support what we're doing over here. It is great to be over here. It really, really is. I told you, I don't care. I do not care about, all the numbers and concerns, about the salary cap. That is for the dorks to figure out. What I care about is playing good football, winning good bets on BetUS, and eating good sandwiches. My man Ike has got you covered. Get yourself to Ike's. Get a delicious sandwich. I want you to stop thinking about Ike's just for lunch. Dinner, baby. Some sandwiches there, like mine, the Damon Bruce, are so filled with meat and deliciousness. That's dinner, too. That is a big meal. Get yourself to Ike's. Check out that menu. At the new Mission Rock location down by the ballpark, they got burgers at that Ike's location. Over 100 locations. Download the app. Order your sandwiches on the app, whether you're getting them delivered or picking up, and you will earn your way towards free sandwiches. Speaking of getting it done, we have got another deal done with the Dubliner. I love these guys. It's my favorite bar on West Portal, Dubliner West Portal in San Francisco. perfect neighborhood bar, perfect sports bar, perfect Irish bar. It's just a perfect bar. It's hard to be a perfect bar in the world. This is a perfect bar. Go see for yourself why I love the Dubliner, and I'm so happy to welcome them back as sponsors here of the Damon Bruce Plus here on YouTube. Thank you so much to the guys at the Dubliner. Those are my kind of guys. And again, the guy that you need to be your kind of guy this football season, the kind of guy who probably went number 1 in your fantasy draft. I know a lot of fantasy drafts happened this weekend. Mine was last night. Number 1 was Christian McCaffrey. And not only does this day start with good news about Trent Williams, it's good news about Christian McCaffrey as well. A full return to practice after limping along all preseason with a strained, Achilles leg, whatever, wink, wink, who cares? That guy doesn't need much practice. You just got to be ready to go week 1, and it sounds like he is going to be ready to go week 1. So look, I am in a great mood. I hope you are in a great mood. I'm ready. It was nice to have a little college football back, but when the big boys are ready to take the stage, that's when it's fun. Speaking of the big boys taking the stage, at 11 a.m. Wednesday here on the channel, longtime 49er beat reporter, writer, Cam Inman's going to be joining me, and I'm looking forward to talking to Cam about this upcoming season. We'll do a little State of the Union. Speaking of State of the Union, a little roster move for the 49ers today. The team has signed linebacker Deshaun White to the practice squad, releasing wide receiver Tay Martin to get that roster move done. So best of luck to Tay Martin. But that is certainly not the 49er wide receiver that has been all over the headlines. And, I was in Santa Cruz this weekend with the family, and it was a great little getaway to Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk at the warm California sun. Boardwalk. It was great. We had a great time at the boardwalk. Thanks very much to my in-laws for setting us up with a nice little break and getaway. Tom and Liz, thank you so very, very much. We had a great time down in Santa Cruz. That's a little kid's paradise. It really is. My Father of the Year candidacy, I believe, is all but wrapped up in my own household because I was out there winning stuffed animals for both my boys. Kids still got it. Kids still got it. I'm telling you, I'm not too far away from being a carny myself. So carnival games, I've always had a little, I'm a jack of all trades. Put a couple beers in him, he might even get better at this. So won my kids some prizes, Father of the Year candidacy, rode the Big Dipper with my wife, the giant, whatever, that roller coaster is legit, Santa Cruz. Absolutely legit roller coaster. Had a great time. Sip of the day right there. Sip of the day. I put my phone away when I'm on vacation. Pretty good at it. And it wasn't until about 11:30 on Saturday night that I saw the news about Ricky Pearsall. It is fantastic that he is home and resting well after what had to have been the scariest weekend and moment of his entire life. He is going to be out the first 4 weeks, obviously, non-football injury. It is appalling what happened, where it happened, how it happened, and the reaction that it has stirred that go far beyond, just talking about what happened, but trying to indict San Francisco, politicians and politics, creating all of this mess. Apparently, Ricky Pearsall was at the Cow Palace at an autograph signing session and may have been tracked by the perpetrator who saw the Rolex at the signing session to wherever he went next, and he tried to jack him. And obviously gunplay ensued, and this is a 17-year-old, and one of the things I almost, said earlier, I guarantee the kid's not even from San Francisco. He's not. He's from Tracy. Well, why does this happen in San Francisco? Because it's easier to... No, because you're probably more likely to run into a dude wearing a Rolex in San Francisco than you are in Tracy. Now, let me tell you, I've also done, quite a bit of thinking about San Francisco. And I'm going to tell you right now that I love this town, This is the town that I'm raising my family in. It has its problems. Absolutely has its problems. Some of those problems could absolutely be attached to the way the city that has been run and the way it has been run. But the city's never going to be run anything by, perfectly. Like, I don't think anyone could be installed as a mayor to end all problems, all crime, no matter what political party they came from. San Francisco has compassion. And I think that compassion has been mistaken for weakness. And if that is a true thing that's going on, then maybe a little less compassion around crime does need to be called for. And, I'm all for it. I really am. I really am. I got no tolerance for frickin' criminals, violent criminals. But I'm going to tell you right now that when it comes to, true city violence and what you need to worry about and where you need to be safe, trying to frame San Francisco as Thunderdome and the most dangerous place in America is a completely disingenuous act that is being forwarded by disingenuous people. One disingenuous network in particular. And I don't really want to make this a left versus right situation. I don't. I really don't. There was a commentator, and believe me, everyone who has ever watched Fox News did some reaction to a short that I did about Ricky Pearsall. When I finally did see the news, the next morning I woke up and, like every other creator, content creator, said something about it. A guy named Raw Belco 49. I think the single most pertinent and real comment. And look, there were a lot of comments from people whose political party slants left that landed with some gravity. And there were a lot of people whose comments on the right landed with gravity. This is a indefensible act. It's an indefensible act. It's a blight on San Francisco. There's no doubt about that. I can also tell you that when Maurice Spates got jacked for his jewelry outside of a nightclub, there was no big story about it, and no one really cared, and I don't know if that was a black or white issue or a San Francisco was easier to pick on now than then issue, but, that came and went with zero interest. No one was actually shot. That's what takes this up a level. But, man, let me just say that I don't want to use my opinion. I don't want to confuse my opinion for facts, so I want to go right to a source here, and I want to share it with you. Here's a list. The most dangerous places in the United States in 2024, 2025. So you can't get any more current than right now. This is the most dangerous places in America. Memphis, Tennessee. Coming in at number 1. That's a very Republican state and city, would you not say? Again, I'm not going to, I don't want to make this about Republicans and Democrats, but so many people do. So let's just use this. So Memphis, Tennessee is number 1. San Francisco's got to be number 2 with all that I hear about San Francisco, right? No, it's actually St. Louis. That is a really Republican city. Then Detroit, Michigan. Michigan is one of those states that can go either way. It's very purple, is it not? Yes, it is. Birmingham, Alabama. You might as well have Republican national headquarters right there. Or if not, how about Little Rock, Arkansas? That's about as red as it gets. So, top 5 most dangerous cities in America. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are decidedly Republican. Not trying to make this about politics, but those in the political game do try to turn a San Francisco story into a story about politics all the time. So let's continue. Let's go to New Orleans. Okay. Louisiana, definitely not a Democratic place. Although New Orleans is fun and liberal. That's why it's the cool city in New Orleans. Cleveland, Ohio, not Democratic. Kansas City, Missouri, not Democratic. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, don't lean, Democrat. Denver, Colorado. Colorado could go either way, right? Minnesota, Minneapolis. Minneapolis, more dangerous than San Francisco, as is Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and Salt Lake City, and Springfield, Missouri, and Portland, Oregon. And my God, are we going to get to San Francisco anywhere on this list? We're at the 16th most dangerous places in America. Still haven't seen San Francisco. Still see a lot of Republican-led, can't blame London breed for the problems in Chattanooga, Tennessee. I haven't heard Fox do a single story on how the city of Chattanooga, Tennessee is a lost city, nothing to be gained, no things to ever be found good in the history of Chattanooga, Tennessee. I haven't seen that story because no one gives a fuck about Chattanooga, Tennessee. No one even clicks on that story to read it. Philadelphia, Dayton, Ohio, Houston, Texas. When I think of Democrats, I think of Houston, Texas, don't you? San Francisco. There she is. It's very disappointing that it's number 20 on the list, but it's 20th, according to this real estate U.S. News ranking, which is as current as they come. San Francisco is 20th. Have you ever seen any of those cities? The first 19 cities that I mentioned, brought up as the decay of the United States and proof positive that all liberal thinking or Democrats are, you got more like tobacco spitting Republican mayors catching zero heat all around the country. And San Francisco is just a cesspool of everything that could ever go wrong. If you and your family go to San Francisco, you're probably all going to die. Last time I heard about our city on Fox News. Stop considering the propaganda and consider what's real. Now, I say all of that, telling you, San Francisco's got a lot of fucking problems that need to be cleaned up, that are our own making, that are connected to some decisions made by mayors and DAs and things that have not gone well. Again, people have mistaken compassion for weakness, and they've taken advantage of that, and the pendulum will swing back. Had an awful lot of opinions brought to me. I'm bringing some facts to you. Horrific what happened to Ricky Pearsall. But to try to use this moment to say that San Francisco is an absolute, insufferable, cannot be saved city that is doomed is statistical nonsense. Statistical nonsense. I haven't heard a single story about the 19 more dangerous cities in America to live in, but there is a San Francisco is lost column every single day, segment every single hour in some places. Some places that, when it comes to operating backed by truth, wouldn't do very well. We got our problems, but they're ours. We'll handle it. Oh, and in the meantime, our city's absolutely gorgeous. It is so beautiful outside today. It really is. What was also absolutely beautiful and wonderful and special about this past weekend was that college football was back with us. How much fun was that? I hope you got to watch a lot of it, some of it, portions of it. If you're a DirecTV customer, you got less portions than most, and we'll get to those sons of bitches in just a second. But look, college football gave us some interesting stuff over the weekend. The Big Ten, thanks to USC. USC's in the Big Ten. What? I mean, it's going to take years before that feels natural coming out of my mouth. USC is in the Big Ten, and thanks to USC beating LSU, the Big Ten as a conference went 17-1 on its opening weekend. Minnesota is the only Big Ten team that dropped a game. Indiana didn't. My Hoosiers are not responsible for scarring the Big Ten with a loss. I can't believe it. Maybe a new day is dawned. I saw that the SEC had more 60-point wins than any conference had on any one weekend. So this SEC always comes out and mollywops some lightweights early on. And boy, did they do that this weekend. Somebody brought up to me that the old Pac-12 actually went 11-1. If we can say that, all these teams should be in the old Pac-12 went 11-1 with the only loss being Stanford at to TCU, and Stanford has now lost 10 consecutive home games. They have not won a home game in Palo Alto since October 22nd, 2022. Ugh. Stanford. We're a whole bunch of smart people. You cannot get your football shit together. Seriously. I need this DirecTV thing hammered out. So I'm a DirecTV guy. I got DirecTV in the house, and I have it because of the Big Ten Network, and I need my DirecTV. And right now, DirecTV is in what I always thought would be unthinkable territory. Like when, Comedy Central is being pulled off of DirecTV, it's like, oh, that's disappointing, but they'll figure it out. There was never a world that existed where like ESPN was going to be pulled off of DirecTV. That is a deal that gets done before people get angry. I wonder how many customers DirecTV has lost. They're about to lose me. Because let me tell you, if I can't watch Monday Night Football on I'm giving DirecTV about 72 hours here. If this isn't hammered out by Friday, I am dropping DirecTV and I will pick up another source and be done with it. I mean, what am I not supposed to watch 49ers? Come on. In what world? We're 48 hours and change away from football starting. Oh, my God, they got to get this deal done with Disney, ESPN. It's just, what are we doing? What are we doing? Thursday Night Football, Ravens and Chiefs, baby. It's about to happen. By the way, I have to say, I got the Chiefs defense and Patrick Mahomes. I couldn't say no to either when they presented themselves to me in my draft. So I'm a little invested in the Chiefs, I guess. It'll be good to keep an eye on the Chiefs and 49ers all season long. I think they're going to be interesting teams going places, so it'll help the show. I also promise you I will not be talking much about fantasy football on this show because fantasy football is a lot like masturbating. I'm glad that you enjoy it, but I really don't want to hear about it. We get Friday night football this week. This is, don't normally get Friday night NFL football. We get Friday night football, Packers versus Eagles. Kind of a really big, fascinating, interesting week one game right out the rip. And that's going to happen in Brazil. Oi, tudo bem? Little Portuguese with your Packers and Eagles. We got 8 early games on Sunday. There are 4 games in the late window. Sunday night football is Rams at Lions, which means we got to say hello to...
Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass.
Our good friend Dan Campbell. Rams and Lions Sunday night football, and then come Monday night football, we will have achieved maximum football. Jets, 49ers, Trent Williams in, Brandon Ayuk in, McCaffrey healthy, Hassan Reddick still holding out. Let's fucking go.
Maximum football!
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. I see there's an awful lot of chatting going on. Thank you so much. I love my chat room. I love you guys. Look, Skills, he's on to the important stuff. Wait a minute. Wait. Burgers at an Ike's? Yes, Skills, that is happening. At the Mission Rock location. They're so good. They're so good. Again here. Z9er. Make sure to stay strapped when in Kamala Harris's city. Again, what about all those other cities led by the reddest of priorities? You know, there are more cities led by Republicans on your violent cities list than San Francisco, but that never makes Fox News, does it? Can we get some angry Damon, Sean? Again, I'm kind of happy here. Damon with a D, putting some D on that. Thank you very much. Damon, keep it up, baby. You are 100% global. We are global now, Fred. Isn't that incredible? Local radio, no thank you. Global, I'll take it. I'm telling you, that Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk jingle, you know that Damon is an OG Bay Area guy now. I'm telling you, Albert, that damn song went on in my head like an earworm all freaking weekend long. At the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk in the warm California sun. Boardwalk. Oh, I love it. Is Wiseman still walking around the boardwalk? I have not seen James Wiseman. Irvin was like, Irwin. I did like Irving. Who's that? Irwin. Jack and Ozzy look so happy. Great job. Seriously. It's not even Halloween. And I think I got Father of the Year wrapped up in my own house. We did. We had an awful lot of fun. Awful lot of fun here in Santa Cruz. We did. It was great. The weather was perfect, too. Absolutely perfect. Gary, man. Always enjoy the videos, Damon. Thank you very much. Oh, I love this. Ernesto. Damon, this is why I don't fucking watch your show as he's watching my show. Again, don't let me clobber you with the facts. I understand that there are an awful lot of people out there who don't do well with facts. No, you idiot. Those are liberal-run cities. Okay. Dayton, Ohio, liberal city. Daniel, thanks for watching. Don't forget to go fuck yourself. All right, we're not getting angry. Not getting angry. Thanks to everyone, though, in the chat. Lander, talking a little football, says, hey, man, how good do you think the Jets will be on Monday night? What would be your over-under? What is the over-under on that? Like 40, 48? 40, is that it? 48? I just know this. I don't know if I'd mess around with the over-under because I don't think anyone's defense is going to be firing on all cylinders quite yet, quite early. I wouldn't mess around with over-unders, but I like the 49ers to win the football game. I think they're a better team. By the way, I'm going to be fading the Jets throughout the season. I think Aaron Rodgers and company are going to be missing the playoffs again. But I don't know. I mean, I could be totally wrong. Aaron Rodgers is all the way back from an Achilles, and the Jets finally click, and Hassan Reddick, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. You know, I'm not going to mess with how I think any team will play until I see a few weeks of football. Right now, I'm just picking what I think is can the 49ers beat the Jets by 4.5? Yeah, I think they can. That's why I put $110 on it to win 100, baby, on BetUS. Angry Damon, angry Damon, angry Damon. This is Suppression Life. Says, I don't agree with Damon on politics, but I listen for the sports knowledge. Let's just keep it at that. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. You know, We had a story where sports and politics officially met. At least a lot of people wanted to spin it that way. This is my first chance to sit down and talk about it, so I had to say something about it. Damon cooking this morning. We are cooking, baby. Did you read the San Francisco Chronicle story on Rodgers and how it would have been playing out under Shanahan? If traded, Rodgers would have been insufferable, but at least would have gotten the Super Bowl out of it. Let me ask you this. If Aaron Rodgers automatically equals Super Bowl, how come he's only won one? Are we done? I think we're done, right? Let's see. What else we got for you? Just a slice of Warriors news. It's a very small slice. Davis Bertans, apparently, according to his agent, is going to be preparing for the upcoming season with the Golden State Warriors. He's not signed by the Warriors. He's not a current Golden State Warrior, but apparently will be preparing with the Warriors, which means he's probably close to being a Warrior. Davis Bertans is that stretch five that the Warriors have been talking about. Like, Davis Bertans is a guy that they used to say, we could use a guy like that. Davis Bertans never really turned into the Davis Bertans that everyone hoped Davis Bertans would be, which is why he's available, which is why he's not signed, which is why he's working out with the Warriors. Okay. Just thought I'd pass on that to you. When it comes to baseball, the baseball season here in the Bay Area only has a sad limp to the finish line, really left for anyone, one much sadder than the other. The Giants are officially 3-7 in their last 10 games now. They've dumped 3 series in a row. They're 2 games back under 500, and Bob Melvin's team is all done fighting hard. That's pretty obvious. Arizona's in town. The Giants only have 8 more wins than the Oakland A's, who, again, came into the year not even trying. Not even trying. The A's are in their last month of existence. And that's like the saddest thing to tell you. They're in their last months of existence in Oakland. Only a dozen home games left. Don't go to any of them. Fuck John Fisher. Carl and Mike Yastrzemski are the 4th grandfather and grandson duel in baseball history to have 100 career home runs. That might be the zenith of the entire Giants season. Right there. You hear that? That sad golf clap. That's all the Giants get. Jeez. There is, I guess, one good piece of news surrounding the Giants, and of course, it's still attached to Willie Mays. The Giants announced that the California legislature has okayed a portion of Highway 80 to be renamed the Willie Mays Highway. I saw this on Cron. The measurement designates that the stretch of I-80 where San Francisco's Oakland Bay Bridge convenes into the city near Oracle Park will become the Willie Mays Highway. So basically, as you're coming into the city every morning, you get to say something charming like, "Fuck, I am stuck on the Willie Mays Highway." So enjoy that. Enjoy that. But, here's the one thing I do know. It will be named the Willie Mays Highway, that portion of it anyways, and it will be named that forever going forward because they're not going to take Willie Mays' name off the highway. They did in St. Louis. St. Louis is, when they had the whole Mark McGuire thing, they named a portion of, what was it, 70? Or was it 80 even? I don't know. They named a portion of the highway after Mark McGuire. Then Mark McGuire got shamed by the whole steroid thing, and they took his name down because St. Louis was like, oh, no. So we will not see Willie Mays stripped of his highway. That's a nice little tribute. It really is. Feels right. And so it's great to be back. Nice little break over Labor Day weekend, a respite from this huge, laborious act of hosting this show. I never needed Labor Day at the end of summer. Anyways, you just got like the whole summer. But here we are. We got Labor Day. Hopefully it was a good one for you. Hopefully you got the rest you needed and you're ready to go. And here we are. It's early September. Football's around the corner. And it's one of the best times of the year in sports. It really, really is. I love this time of year in sports. So there you are. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for listening on the podcast. I know a lot of you subscribed to the YouTube show, the channel. Check out the podcast as well. Download that podcast. If you've missed a portion of the show, it's waiting for you right there. Anywhere you get your podcast, the Damon Brew Show is there for you. Thank you for being here. Hit like and subscribe. Hit notify, and you won't miss anything when we go live at the 2-minute warning of every single 49er game all season long. I told you, we always break for Super Chats. Vince Vargas. D. Bruce is the tide that brings all boats to shore. Even the blip on the radar is small and tiny to many, but the rooting for San Jose State University is golden. Let's go, Sparty. Sparty's 1-0. Sparty's 1-0, baby. Here's a question. How many students go to San Jose State football games? It looked empty on TV. That's Touchdowns, Tacos, and Brews, which is a great name. I don't know what their attendance was. Probably not good enough. When you can take away half of your stadium to turn it into a hill and the other half of the stadium still isn't very full, that's not great. That's not great at all. What is great is we try to leave you with a little something to think about going forward. Today in history. Today in history is how we end each and every show here now. And today, September 3rd, throughout history, Malcolm Gladwell, who is an author, born today in 1963. That makes him 61 years old. He has written many books, the best of which I think is Outliers. I recommend it to everyone. Read the book Outliers. It basically shares like secrets of billionaires and what it takes to be great. The concept of 10,000 hours of practice comes from Outliers. And there are a lot of moments where that 10,000 hours concept absolutely it has applied, and there's others where it doesn't. But the Beatles practiced about 10,000 hours playing in strip clubs in Berlin before they really broke in America, before they really broke. There's a very interesting article, why Asians are good at math. It's fascinating. And by the way, my sons who are in Mandarin immersion programs are already advanced in math in ways that make me think that I'll tell you one of the reasons why is because there's no number 11 in Chinese culture. The number 11 is represented as 10 plus 1. So they don't make up words to represent numbers. It's all based on math, which is an interesting way to approach math. But fascinating stuff there. Malcolm Gladwell, born today, 1963. Happy birthday to him. Happy death day to Griselda Blanco, murdered today in 2012 in Medellin, Colombia. Do I have to tell you much more or why she got murdered? If you don't know the name Griselda Blanco, I want you to watch the documentary Cocaine Cowboys. It's one of the greatest documentaries I've ever seen about anything, any topic. Cocaine Cowboys. Go watch Cocaine Cowboys. It is one of the best documentaries you'll ever see. Ever see. Griselda Blanco was the real-life female Tony Montana. She was a savage cocaine dealer whose decision on everyone was simply like, oh, just kill them. She was a bad motherfucker. So Griselda Blanco murdered in Medellin, Colombia today in 2012. Go watch Cocaine Cowboys. She ended up living in Oakland for a little while. Cocaine Cowboys has a sequel. It's not nearly as good as the first one, but that drifts into like Oakland and the Bay Area coke slanging. Today in 1970, speaking of days that people passed away, Vince Lombardi passed away today in 1970. Grown men wept today in 1970. Vince Lombardi was more than a football coach. Like for a generation, he was the embodiment of, single-minded determination in winning. Vince Lombardi. I mean, there's a reason why the most coveted trophy truly in America is named after him. It ain't the prettiest. It's not the best. The Stanley Cup, it's still awesome. There's a lot of cool trophies, but there's nothing more sacred than a Lombardi trophy. And we'll see if the 49ers can pick up number 6 this year. Damon, the Griselda Netflix show is pretty good as well. That's from Leslie. But they have like a beautiful woman playing Griselda Blanco, don't they? Griselda Blanco was a short, stubby, fat little woman who there's nothing... The only thing she did well was kill people and slang coke. Yeah, that's a thing. So thank you, Touchdowns, Tacos, and Brews. Griselda, the Netflix drama they got Sofia Vergara playing Griselda Blanco. That's the most generous casting of all time. That is ridiculous. Griselda Blanco should have been played by a troll. She looked like a troll. Come on. Hey, what do you think we get one of the hottest chicks ever to play Griselda Blanco? Actually, let's not do that. There you go. So we got news from 1963, 2012, 1970, and now we're going to go all the way back to 1609. Today, September 3rd in 1609, and the only reason why I would ever trust anything from 1609 is because it was written down in a captain's log, and, nautical ships are great ways to track what happened in previous centuries because they did actually keep logs. Today in 1609, an English navigator named Henry Hudson, on behalf of the Dutch East India Company, sailed into a harbor that would become present-day New York Harbor and went up a river that now bears his name. Happy birthday to the Hudson River. Happy birthday to the Hudson River. Named after Henry Hudson, who first sailed up the Hudson River today in 1609. Now, if you can get there, if you can get that content anywhere else, that's a channel you should be watching. But hopefully that and stupid things like this are enough to bring you back here. I thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. How many likes we got today? How's the likes doing? Only 137 likes. We could have done better than that. The show would have been spread further and wider had we done better than that. But again, we aren't in the regular season yet. So this is your preseason. Get used to hitting that like. It's just a little boop. That's all it is. It's effortless. Boop. That's all it takes. Boop. Damon, that's some good colonial knowledge. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very, very much. Who doesn't like a little colonial knowledge? I thank you very much for watching today's show. Cam Inman will be joining me at 11 o'clock tomorrow. Larry Kruger and I will be back with Wake Up on Wednesday. Our first official Wake Up, welcoming Sam's Chowder House into the family as a sponsor. Thanks again to all of my sponsors here today. Thanks so much to BetUS. And again, remember, 125% bonus on your first 3 deposits up to $2,000 on BetUS. Check out the link pinned to the chat. Check out the link that is in the description of this video. And make sure you get to Ike's, and make sure you get to the Dubliner and West Portal, and make sure you all have a great day today. Take care of each other. Take care of yourself. Mind your surroundings at all times. Keep your head on a swivel. Everybody's a linebacker. Once it turns into September, it's officially football season, everyone. Welcome. Trent Williams, back. Brandon Ayuk, back. Christian McCaffrey, let's go. Football. I like it. You like it. We love it. Sports don't build character. They reveal it. And like that, he's gone.